Welcome to Loving Pets channel. Today, we'll walk you through the basic steps for setting up a fish aquarium. Let's dive in and create a healthy, happy home for your aquatic friends. A well-designed aquarium can be a stunning addition to any home, offering a captivating display of marine life. Schools of fish gliding gracefully through a lushly planted freshwater tank can create a serene and visually appealing environment. However, it is essential to recognize that an aquarium also poses potential risks that must be carefully managed. Aquariums can hold a significant volume of water, often weighing hundreds of pounds when combined with decorations and fish, all contained within fragile glass and silicone structures. These tanks can break or be accidentally toppled, leading to potentially disastrous consequences. Furthermore, the proximity of water to electrical equipment, such as pumps and heaters, often connected via multi-plug extension cords, adds another layer of risk. It is crucial to exercise caution when setting up and maintaining an aquarium in your home. By adhering to a few fundamental guidelines and applying common sense, you can mitigate the risks associated with aquarium ownership. While some of the information presented may seem self-evident, it is important to reiterate these safety measures. I encourage you to take the time to consider how to make your aquarium as safe as possible. Although the principles discussed here apply to all types of tanks, our focus will primarily be on larger display aquariums typically found in living spaces. The design and engineering of modern aquariums, whether constructed from glass or acrylic, reflect a significant investment of thought, expertise, and experience. Today's aquariums are equipped with warranties and are engineered to be virtually leak-proof. In the rare event of a leak, it will typically become apparent immediately upon filling the tank with water. High-quality tanks undergo rigorous leakage testing before sale, significantly reducing the likelihood of encountering a defective unit. If a tank successfully holds water upon initial filling, it is likely to maintain its integrity for an extended period. For added peace of mind, cautious hobbyists may choose to fill their tanks in areas that can withstand potential leaks, such as garages or backyards. When selecting a stand for your aquarium, we strongly recommend purchasing one from your local fish store. Unless you possess advanced skills in carpentry or metalworking, attempting to construct a stand yourself is not advisable. There is a wide variety of stands and cabinets specifically designed for aquariums, all of which have been tested for durability and functionality. A well-designed, sturdy stand is essential for supporting the weight of the tank and its contents. Additionally, cabinet stands offer the added benefit of storage, allowing you to treat your aquarium as a functional piece of furniture. In summary, we recommend investing in a professionally made stand rather than attempting to create one yourself. When setting up an aquarium, it is essential to consider the weight of the tank when filled with water and substrate. An aquarium typically weighs between 10 to 15 pounds per gallon, meaning that a 55-gallon tank can weigh anywhere from 550 to 825 pounds. Therefore, it is crucial to ensure that the floor can adequately support this significant weight. If the tank is placed on a poured concrete floor, structural support is generally not a concern. However, if the floor is wooden, careful consideration is necessary before finalizing the tank's location. For any uncertainties, it is advisable to consult your local building department or seek the expertise of a qualified engineer or builder. In homes with standard wood frame construction, it is generally safer to position your aquarium against an exterior wall or another load-bearing wall, where structural support is more reliable. Placing a tank in the center of a room can pose risks unless you have access to the space below, such as an unfinished basement, to reinforce it if necessary. Another critical factor to consider is the stability of both the tank and its stand. For enhanced safety, it is preferable to place the aquarium against a wall. Avoid positioning the tank in areas where individuals might lean against it, bump into it, or inadvertently cause it to topple. Lastly, it is important to ensure that the aquarium does not receive direct sunlight. While this consideration is primarily aesthetic, it is vital for maintaining water quality. Direct sunlight can lead to excessive algae growth, resulting in unsightly green water. Even partial sunlight exposure, even for just a few hours a day, should be avoided. When planning the placement of your aquarium, it is essential to consider how it will be viewed. The primary purpose of an aquarium is to provide enjoyment for both you and your guests, as well as to showcase its aquatic inhabitants. Therefore, it is important to evaluate the tank from both a distance and up close that a beautifully designed large aquarium can serve as a stunning focal point in any room. So ensure that this aligns with your vision for the space. Alternatively, if you prefer a more subtle approach, you may want the tank to blend seamlessly into the environment rather than dominate the room. For optimal close-up viewing of the fish and the aquarium's intricate details, it is advisable to arrange seating in proximity to the tank. Additionally, consider incorporating designated areas where children can safely sit and observe the aquarium up close. If space constraints prevent you from providing fixed seating, consider investing in a few small, movable chairs that can be easily positioned near the tank. This will enhance the viewing experience and alleviate the discomfort of bending, kneeling, or squatting for extended periods, especially for those who may find such positions challenging. Unless you wish to have an aquarium that is unheated, unfiltered, and unlit, electricity is essential for your tank. The amount of electricity required will depend on your specific setup. For a standard freshwater aquarium, you typically need just a filter, whether it's a power filter, canister, or an air pump with a box filter, a heater, and basic lighting. This can generally be supplied from an existing outlet using a power strip if necessary. However, if you are planning to set up a marine reef tank with pumps, filters, and protein skimmers, your electrical needs will significantly increase. The lighting for a reef tank is likely to consume more watts than all the standard lights in that room combined. We are discussing potentially hundreds of watts from metal halide and/or fluorescent lights, which generate considerable heat, so you will likely need a chiller to maintain a suitable temperature for the fish and invertebrates. By the time you finish the wiring, a reef tank may require its dedicated electrical circuit. Regardless of whether your electrical setup is simple or complex, it is crucial to equip all electrical devices with a ground fault interrupter (GFI) circuit. This highly sensitive circuit breaker will cut off power in the event of a ground fault, which could happen if water from your hand touches an outlet, if a heater malfunctions inside the tank, or if there are any other electrical issues. The GFI can be a breaker located at the electrical panel for the circuit your tank is connected to. These are now mandated by code for kitchens and bathrooms. Or it can be a GFI wall outlet into which you plug all your equipment. Alternatively, it can be an extension cord with multiple outlets that includes a GFI breaker. No matter which option you select, it is essential to incorporate GFI protection. It is affordable and vital for your safety. A display aquarium serves as a striking focal point, unlike breeding or rearing tanks that are primarily functional. Therefore, it is essential to consider the necessary equipment for the tank in advance and find ways to keep it as unobtrusive as possible. The simplest solution is to purchase a tank/stand/light assembly that features space underneath for a sump, with the tank pre-drilled for overflow and return lines. Most high-end manufacturers provide a variety of setups like this. Utilizing a sump enables you to place the heater, filters, and pumps in a cabinet beneath the tank, keeping them out of sight and easily accessible for maintenance, all while preserving the aesthetic appeal of the aquarium itself. If you choose not to invest in a complete tank/light/cabinet with a sump system, you can still reduce the visual presence of the equipment. There are many excellent fully submersible heaters that can be concealed behind rock formations. Simply route the cord up the inside corner of the tank to make it less visible. Additionally, small suction cups are available to secure the wires in position. Filtration can be achieved with a canister filter that is placed outside or beneath the tank. The intake and return tubes can be discreetly positioned at the top or side of the tank. With a bit of planning and assistance from your local fish store, you can acquire the necessary equipment to maintain the health of your fish without compromising the beauty of the aquarium. It is essential to pay attention to both the upkeep of the tank and the equipment. Ensuring easy access to the aquarium, filters, and other components will eliminate one barrier to performing regular maintenance tasks. The two key aspects of maintenance are feeding and conducting weekly water changes. Since you will want to offer your fish a diverse diet, adequate storage space for cans and pouches is necessary. Avoid storing food inside the hood, as the heat from the lights can significantly reduce its nutritional value. Instead, keep the food stored under the tank or in a cooler area. For water changes, you will require at least a siphon hose and a bucket if you plan to transport water to and from the tank. Alternatively, you may need space for a longer hose system, such as a python, to connect the tank to a water source or drain. The ideal location for storing the siphon, along with a net, test kits, and other aquarium supplies, is in the cabinet beneath the tank or in close proximity to it. Aquariums are stunning and captivating enhancements to the decor of any home. There are numerous factors to take into account, including the tank's placement and ensuring the electrical supply is adequate. However, with some careful planning and consideration, you can prevent future issues, allowing your aquarium to bring joy to you, your family, and your friends for many enjoyable hours. And that's it. Your aquarium is ready to go. If you found this guide helpful, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more fish keeping tips and aquarium care videos. Got questions or want to share your setup? Drop a comment below. We'd love to hear from you. Happy fish keeping, and see you in the next video.